get started with the Pulse. A number of interesting stories there today. Bet you all have gotten an opportunity and a chance to go through some of them. Beautiful cover girl.
Always beautiful cover girl, right?
Yes, as always, they make sure that...
We've never gotten a cover girl and said, Sasa, this is a wanting cover girl.
Really? No, not in Pulse, really. Yeah.
Never will happen. What's big?
For me, I would take the viewer and everybody in the studio to page 8 and 9, which is basically the cover story today. And we're just analyzing the Nairobi club life.
Yes.
Our guys are balling big time. And you know, remember days when guys used to go to the hangout place with 1,000 bob or even 400 shillings and
that was so low.
You are sawa.
That was so low.
It's not happening anymore with all these clubs and big lounges and guys are just changing the culture where guys are just spending big time money and that's what the story talks about. Guys have invested in big clubs in the city. You can count as many as you want. And guys are going to spend heavy there, and that's what the Pulse is exposing today. The big bowling way guys are having a club like.
Okay, and what would you say is different from these clubs, you know, from before? Because I mean, do you have to pay more to have a good time?
No, I think it's the lifestyle that has actually changed.
It's a culture change.
It's almost coming down to swag. If you spend more money, you have more swag. And that's what the clubs are doing, because they're building expensive lounges and people are buying by the bottle, not like a long time ago when you used to keep on sending the waiter to bring you shots and shots and shots.
At the end, yeah, and you get better treatment if you're spending more money.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Well,
when you spend more money, the waiters want to be around you.
Yeah.
Not necessarily as much. I think that what has happened is that there is a younger crowd with lots of money right now and with nothing to particularly do with it. So clubbing is what they would want to do. But there's no difference because you still actually could buy this by the bottle some years back. But now there is this all bowling, young people with lots of money. Socially, you know.
Yeah. Is it lack of focus, social analyst?
I would look at it differently. The other way, I think about 2 weeks ago, I went out and I was buying a friend a drink at some establishment, and it was literally this much of a drink. And the waiter, after I gave him 1,000 shillings, gave me 200 shillings. And I said, "Where? You change." It's like, "Oh,
that was a triple tot of several
No, it wasn't cognac or whiskey or nothing. Just something they mixed.
That's a cocktail.
That is 800 shillings. Really?
That's a cocktail.
And how many of those do you have to take to get happy? And then like, well, like 15.
But I told you,
you have to buy yourself.
That's when you pick up the phone call.
So I think my thing is this. I think Nairobians can be very pretentious. Most of them will go out to those big clubs and quite not even be able to afford it. I've seen men, you know, doing this to you from across the country, like, so I think much as they're bigger clubs and people are having fun, if you can afford it, go for it. If you can't, then don't do it.
I disagree with what you said. I don't think Nairobians, the young crowd, have nothing to do with the money. I think we're at a time when young people are really hustling really hard and making good cash. And make a good cash where you think, I am making good cash also to be happy. I know I can invest ABC amount of money in something, but at the same time I can also party nicely where I don't have to go and say,
it's a YOLO generation.
It's a YOLO generation.
So you just want to sit there.
That's what it seems in the club. But if you follow through, some of these people are
being,
you know, their cars are being taken.
I disagree to the level of, is it even the young people spending? Because I think for the younger ones, most of them at least, they'll drink at home or at a cheaper place and then go to this other bougie places later where you spend, you know, 1,500 for a drink.
Well,
so I don't think
it still happens. People still drink at home, but at no particular time will you ever go out in Nairobi and want to have a very good time with less than 5,000 shillings.
That ain't happening right now.
It's not going to happen.
It's true.
And 90% of those people can't afford it. They just put it in front.
How do they manage to pay for it? Where are they getting the money?
Well, you can take a loan or borrow.
What is that thing?
The lens people go out to, I swear, the lens people go out to try and just, you know.
Let me tell you the secret.
Then we have a bigger social problem.
Let me tell you the secret of this. I think at the end of the day, it's a matter of plan. And that's for the young people, and we say the middle class kind of person, where I can hang out with her and him, and we just agree. Today we are going to Club X, say Galileo's. We can just book for a table and book for a bottle. And we can afford it if we just put our monies together. I think it's just better plan and better systems where we can say we are responsible about what we want to do.
There is also those people who can do that. Like, by the way, personally, my brothers can do that. Yeah, and my brothers are, you know, young, impressionable, you know, and they can do that because, of course, the engineers, the architects, and these people who do this. But then there is also the class that is not any of those, and they're busy hanging out anywhere else. So that is what he's saying, that if you can't afford it, then don't flaunt it. But if you can afford it, then, you know, just do it, and then you can share. Because sharing, I think it's cool.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of pressure to impress. Like, oh my God, tutapigwa selfie.
Double tap.
Then you tap, and then...
and then there's a lot of Instagram pressure. Everybody chilling.
No, we didn't do that, actually.
Well, we do that in the club.
Okay.
I think before we move from that, I think the thing that we should mention is that generally, if you can't afford it,
please don't do it.
Don't bother doing it. It's not a must. You don't have to be under a lot of pressure to just feel good to be there. And take a loan for it.
Till you make it, and
it's expensive for the waiter.
They're not going to take that.
The other day in Westland, some waiter came running to our table and said, somebody just walked out who came to say how it was, pretending to go into the toilet. And I know him, he's a decent person. So he looked. And he had brought 6 chicks, and they had nyama, and they were having bottles. And he left with the waiter's money.
So them, they have their number. See, they call.
He was not drunk. He was happy in the bill. Because of the pressure that you have to do something on a Sunday.
Yeah.
In short, it was a thief. That was just a thief.
No, they're removing law.
You know, there's a Friday you have to dunda, Sato, and then Sunday now, you wear your shorts and go
completely the shirt out there.
It's crazy.
All right, well, I have interesting. I just move into page 13 of the past today. Special feature. We're just talking about again celebrities, the celebrity lifestyle, and our musicians and all those guys you love to adore are really coming together in responsible activities beyond the club. And these guys are playing basketball, a group called EFC, Entertainment for Charity, or with fun and all that. And this was an activity that was taking place last weekend at Imara, where everybody came out. And we can see Nonini there, and the baby, and the likes of Pili Pili, the baby, Wahoo, and the baby. And we're just saying the industry sort of is coming together in a very unique way. We had a lot of back and forth of DJs and musicians and who is playing who and who's not playing what. And I think this is what they call that, and good direction of the music.
So what are the babies doing there?
No,
they're showing off their children.
Most celebrities came.
No, they're showing off their children.
But notably, Steven, I went for this event as well. I didn't go with my baby.
Are you declared? What are you declared?
This analyst is really analyzing. But there was Bahati, who one of the charity homes that was being sponsored was where ABC. He came from. It's called ABC. Yeah. But notably, there were no gospel artists to support him. That was pretty amazing. I don't know. I don't know what you think about it.
I mean,
I didn't see no gospel artists in the event.
Personally, on this matter, I don't think that if you need to classify the gospel or the secular. I think in charity, it's really just about you wanting to give. Yes. So it could have been anybody else.
Well, they do, and all artists come together. It's a monthly event. But come to think of it, I'm not seeing any gospel artists. This thing has been...
So are you saying charity, the gospel one should come out?
They're shunning it. I
think it's more a question of gospel artists would be expected to do.
That's what I'd expect. And especially when we're talking about one of them came from that charity, from that children's home as an orphan.
Okay.
But I didn't. Okay. Anyway, I don't know.
Well, the question again maybe would be to the organizers if they invited
by
them
the way,
at all, because we can't speak on their behalf.
But I wasn't even called on this, by the way, Stevens. I saw your photo. I went through it on Facebook. I'm friends with some people from also some entertainment quarters, but I wasn't called. I would have wanted to give. Yeah.
I don't really think it was a charity event where they were inviting people. It's a lot more.
But you see, you need to organize, and how do you go for it?
Yes, there was a lot of awareness.
For the first time, I think we can agree on something. I think for me is a mood that is being created at this point. Yeah. This is like the third one of a series of events that's going to be happening throughout the year. And I know as the momentum builds, then everybody is going to... For me is that the fact that for the first time, celebrities can come together when it's not music and shows and stuff, and just say, let's bond together. And the gospel artists and whoever it is
for a good cause.
It's
going to come on.
Yeah, I think generally speaking, as we close on that, it is a good thing, and it is a positive thing, and it is charity, and they should do more of this.
Definitely.
Moving on now to another story on the Pulse, page 14.
Yeah.
Beyond love. I don't know what y'all are doing this Sunday, but perhaps you should be running with the First Lady, because it's for a good cause.
It's official.
The
it's
Beyond
official.
Zero Marathon.
Who's running?
We are running.
Are you all running?
Let's see by...
I won't run, but I'll be supporting it.
Yeah.
I will be running seated right in the sitting room.
I'll run to the event.
Yeah.
I'll make sure
TV is back, you can be watching
I'll just be sitting like, all right. But I didn't practice, so I wouldn't run. But I support it wholesale. I think it's a good thing. As somebody who's also a mother personally, I don't think that mothers need to be dying now or not being there for their children. It's the most unfortunate thing that can happen for any child to grow up without a mother.
It is definitely a worthy cause, and I think it's something that has made the First Lady a darling of the nation.
I was and watching, to connect to the pulsers.
Yes.
The young people.
Yes, she
I remember watching an interview, I don't know if you watched it last night, between Boniface Mwangi and Edith. And on one end, Boniface was literally ripping the president apart. On the other end, he was, you know, had very nice words about the First Lady with Beyond Zero. So interesting how...
You know, it can happen. You know, you can be married to this guy who is definitely quite the opposite of you. And you can do two different things because you don't have one heart. So, but for Boniface, it's, you know Boniface. He's playing politics, and then he's playing charity, and he's just putting it right there. But it's true. When you look at her, and then you look at the politics, you can't put her in the mix of politics. She just does her thing, so she's amazing.
And it's a good thing that we're seeing a lot of celebrities embracing this cause. A lot of them have been posting on social media.
Is that Huda?
Yeah, even Huda was one of them. They said that she was the first one. She was the first one to post it on Instagram saying,
catch walking some little.
Let's just go.
And updating everybody after every minute.
Yeah, she was one of the first people to post it on Instagram and saying that she'll be supporting the Beyond Zero campaign.
And it will be okay.
She'll clear 100 meters, I think.
Will be right there with her.
Before we go to the Nairobian, Eric, I'm keen to hear your thoughts on the story on page 15, where it's about branding it local. So gone are the days when corporates and promoters had their brands with foreign concepts and celebrities. We are seeing more of familiar faces, local guys and girls being the brand ambassadors. You've seen Mudoni Njoba. Sharon Munde is doing a great job with Samsung. You have Grace Salame, some of those listed here. Isn't it interesting that at least we're getting to that place, and good for our youth and, you know, to be able to have this opportunity? I
think it is, and they need to do more of this. I remember when these began, was it Motorola that endorsed Juakali? And everybody was on about it. So I think it's high time they did more of this, because these guys really work hard and they put themselves out there. So it's sad that we should flaunt a Beyonce on a billboard, yet we have a Grace Salami right here. So I think corporates should, you know, do much more of this. It's commendable.
Okay. Well, maybe as we summarize and finish with the Pulse, there is overheard gossip corner at the end. Stephen.
A lot of it. As usual, I mean, this is the page just you want to be looking at. It's very hard to pick a story, but I'll just pick the story of DNG and the wedding this weekend.
Which is married?
Yes. Which is quite the big thing right now.
Finally.
And guys have been waiting. There was a lot of speculation sometimes early in the year when I think he sent a post and said this thing is moving it a little bit, and everybody was thinking, oh, and
what's happening?
Everybody went blogs and stuff saying it's not happening.
Yeah.
And he just pulls it and says, it's now.
Yeah, he started doing the countdown. I saw the countdown.
He's been doing the countdown the whole week.
On his social media pages.
Yeah.
And finally, I think the D-Day is tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Pulse even reveals the lineup that is going to be at the groom's party. Interestingly enough, this is the same clique of friends.
That was at Kira's.
That was at Christopher Kira's wedding.
Yeah, right? I think they just, it's a group of guys who are wedding and
wedding
after
guys.
it's over, then they just beg the
Group of wedding people.
I think all of them are going to get married eventually now.
And many other gossip pieces.
And Oliver Madange got married.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he did. That was quite something.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Quite
He
something.
updates us quite on everything, though, on his relationship.
Even on the honeymoon?
Well, he did post pictures.
I saw guys going. Guys were almost having him for lunch during the wedding. They're like, "Oh my God, you're updating, blah blah blah."
And this is, anyway.
But congratulations to him.
Yeah,
Marriage
they're in
is a
order.
beautiful thing.
Even to D&G tomorrow, I think that's usually if you can find that happiness, then you definitely want to stick by it. So
And I
yeah,
think we are soon going to see a lot of babies.
A lot of love matters happening. We just seen Vanessa, and she's there unveiling her boyfriend. And we see the guy from Nairobi Have Life. They are really getting
making out to the white woman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Nairobi Have Life
man and stuff. A lot of gossip there.
And
for
more
you to-
exclusives that you can get in your copy of the Standard today. The Pulse is in there. So much more we haven't even gotten to cover. But that's because you need to buy yourself a copy of the Standard.
Oh yes, there's a lot in there that we certainly have not gone through. We've just given you tidbits, so please get yourself a copy of the Pulse, and you certainly will have a very entertaining weekend.